It's time to break some ships and solve labor disputes. It's my understanding what we're doing in Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's got flashing lights, if that's a problem for you, because we're going to be using some high temperature tools to cut metal ships apart and salvage them for parts. So Hardship Spacebreaker, which is not the name of it, it's Hardspace Shipbreaker, is the name. Came out, in early access a couple years ago, I think, and then the official release, I think, was this year. Pretty sure. I tried the tutorial a little bit, but let's delete that and do that tutorial again to get an idea of what it's like to break ships. There's different difficulties we could try, such as Open Shift, which removes your timer and your oxygen drain for more relaxed shipbreaking experience. But my understanding is that this game is about the pressure and the danger that labor is put under for a thankless job with not much recompense. So I don't think easy difficulty sounds like what we're looking for here. There's standard, which is unlimited lives, but you work on the clock. Time is money. There's limited, 30 revives for the whole campaign, measure twice, cut once. No revival, 1 life. Remember, there's no such thing as a second chance. We're going to go with standard, as you will have unlimited lives, and it sounds like there is a story-related reason for why you have unlimited lives. So we're trying this out for an hour. You gotta take the opportunities you can get, right? Yeah, Shipbreaker is an extremely dangerous job with high fatality rate, but I mean, everyone's looking for a job, right? Especially on Earth. Terran News says food shortage continues. Hold on. My application. Got a response on my application. Congratulations, I've been accepted into the Lynx Corporation's pioneering Pave the Way to the Galaxy program. The selection was based on above-average physical and cognitive ability. I'm assigned to Salvage Station number 42, designation Morgan. Demonstrate the ability to build and grow a profitable operation, and a number of exciting opportunities await me. Remember, employment in the program is the sole discretion of Lynx and can be revoked at any time. Acts of malice or insubordination will not be tolerated. Upon signing the form, please proceed immediately to the nearest Lynx Corporation shuttle hub for transport to the work site. All right, let's look at these next pages. Account name, profanity or anti-corporate slang jargon not accepted. Let's see. Okay, so no anti-corporate language. Okay, well, let's test that. All right. No, it seems like it accepted it. Voice ID verification. Verify the voice ID file that I submitted in my original application. It's just like a little grunt. What grunt do you want to hear? As you play. Your grunts of effort. My orientation preference. What is your orientation? Standard or inverted? We'll go with standard. Meal preference. Do I want chicken? Do I want plastic free? Do I want vegetarian? Do I want entomatarian? Maybe I've been thinking about switching up my diet. Trying something new. Okay, I need to please agree to each statement. I have no criminal record in the Terran or Martian zones. A record in the Jovian frontier is acceptable. Yes, that's correct. I am not a member of and have never associated with a workers' union or other labor interests. No, I've never associated with organized labor. I have completed my annual medical exam and have been cleared of having McCullough's lung. Yep, I'm all clean. Nothing in these lungs. I have no commercial or real estate interests on Luna, in the asteroid belt, or in the nation state of Arizona. If I did, would I be applying for this job? I will bring a positive attitude and problem-solving mindset to work every day. Yep, Mr. Positivity. That's me. I understand and accept the health risks associated with long-term exposure to a van der Waals field. Well, I don't really understand the health risks, but, I mean, yes. I will vote for Chancellor Sun Jiang in the Pan-American Senate election. I don't think this is a legally binding ballot, but... Terms and conditions. That's... Well, there's quite a lot. I mean, if we only have an hour here, we're just going to do what we do in real life and agree without reading it.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Right, so we're cutting up ships and sending the pieces of metal for reclamation.
Header 9346-52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space. Boundless promise. Limitless resources. A brighter future. It's here where hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rai Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division. When my great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the railgates. Now spanning all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key to our continued progress. You've been selected from among thousands of candidates to join the Lynx family. This is more than just a job. It's an opportunity to be part of the largest, most successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision. Do this, and you too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our Ever Work program, the greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity for learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
Wow. If I work hard, someday I'll get my chance. I better get started. See, death is a fresh start. Yes, I do want a fresh start. I'm going to press spacebar to begin my genetic extraction now.
Video observation complete. To finalize onboarding, your genetic sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx Everwork Asset Replacement Program. Don't worry, pain levels during extraction are largely tolerable. Yeah. Please note, as outlined in Section 31 of your employment agreement, the process of genetic extraction will destroy your original body. Beginning extraction now. Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
Well, it sounded bad, but I'm putting my trust in the company. All right, genetic sequence stored. Congratulations, it's now safe to die. Shipbreakers are responsible for their cost of biomaterials used in the Everwork process. An additional fee is required for deaths that occur outside working hours. I may now proceed with salvage training. Wow, that's quite a lot of debt. Well, but since I'm essentially immortal now, I have forever to pay off my debt. I mean, look, what does this number even mean? Like, you don't even need to have, like, a life plan when your life is going to be always.
All right. Breathe. You're okay. Everything's going to be just fine. There you go. Plenty of folks feel a bit woozy with their first spare. Anyway, welcome aboard. The name's Weaver. I'm the foreman for yourself and a couple of other shipbreakers in this region. This here's Morrigan Station. She may not look like much right now, but once we boot her up, she'll purr like a kitten. Alright, let's test out your orientation control. Do me a favor and look up at that cargo elevator up above.
There it is.
That's it.
Thumbs up.
So that's where all the salvage gets collected to be picked up by the transfer crew. Just in case you ever turn yourself out of whack, use your roll thrusters to reorient.
All right. Using my thrusters.
All right. Now let's get you flying. Activating your thruster controls now. Try moving around. Now vertical control. Looks good. Now, to finalize these movement checks, I need you to fly to these waypoints.
No problem. Like, I mean, we may have an unfathomable amount of debt, but hey, we get to fly around in space.
Used to be a cutter myself, you know. Until there was some complications with my last revive. Those are early days in the tech, though, so never you mind about that. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing. Brakes. Get yourself going at a decent clip, and then test them out, why don't you? All right. Looks like the bay here was left in a bit of a mess. We're gonna clean this crap up. I'm gonna activate the furnaces. Now. Dang thing. Would you just... There you go. So these furnaces are used to melt down soft metals. Should go without saying. These things are hot as all get out. So, try not to drift into them by accident. Okay, let's get a handle on your grapple tool. This fella here is a Shipbreaker's bread and butter. This is how we move salvage around. Activate the beam and hold it to grab an object and move it around, if it's not too heavy. Give it a go, and move one of these pieces into either furnace. So, when you're holding an object with the grapple, you can retract the beam. This will pull a light object to you. If it's heavier than you, it'll pull you towards it. Check out your HUD when you've got an object grappled. It shows you the mass of the object and whether you can move it or not.
All right. Well, it's pointing mostly at the big ones, but we don't want that. We want the small ones, like this one.
Nice job cleaning up that soft metal scrap cutter. Let's move on to the bigger nanocarbon chunks now, shall we? You may have already noticed that these are too heavy to move with your grapple. I'm enabling your scanner so we can check out their structural makeup. Go ahead and boot it up.
All right, let's activate the scanner.
This mode of your scanner lets you assess an object's structure. What I want you to focus on right now are these cut points. All right. Controls give me the go-ahead to get you cutting. You got quick access to all your tools through your HUD. Just open up your tool selector and choose the cutting tool.
All right. Open the tool menu. There's grapple. There's cutter.
The cutting tool has two modes. The first one is the stinger. Now, it's designed for precision vaporization of cut points like this. You ready to perform some zero-G surgery, Cutter? Well, let's split this scrap so it's light enough to move. That's how you do it. Okay, let me boot up the processor so you can salvage these. Do me a favor, look on over at one of them there. Yeah, so I can see if they activate right. Yeah, perfect. Wish me luck here, Cutter. Me and technology ain't always the best of friends. Hey, all right, we're in business. Now swap over to your grapple and toss one of those pieces you separated right in there.
All right. Equip the grapple. Try to pull. Maybe it might be useful to get on the other side of it. All right, can give it a little push. It's too heavy to really get too much momentum going, but it's space. Just got a little bit. It'll keep going. It looks like it's going. All right, let's get the other one.
Well, okay. We're almost done getting this bay in shape. Let's go after that large aluminum chunk over there. Now, this beast is way too heavy to move as is. It's also too dense for your stinger to break it down. And there are no structural cut points for us to take advantage of. we're gonna have to switch over to the split saw mode of your cutting tool and start slicing this thing down to size. Go ahead and switch cut modes now.
All right. We want to swap our tool mode.
Now try changing the angle of the cut. We're in business. I've unlocked the trigger on your cutting tool. It'll split that big chunk clean in two. Go ahead and give her a whirl. I'm going to turn on your salvage indicator so you can track how much work there is left to do. This thing will track how much you've salvaged and how much you've lost. For now, let's try and hit that first goal marker. And that's what it's all about, Cutter. The more salvage goals you complete, the closer you'll get to hitting your certifications and ranking up.
Oh, wait, it does say furnace on the thing.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Great first shift in the yard, Cutter. Let's head on over to your hab and I'll show you the ropes there. Fly on over back to the master jack. I'll put a marker on it so you can find it easy. When you get there, head on in and we'll get started.
All right, and that's our training session. Quotas complete. A
Level increased.
basic certification, rank 2.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Welcome to your new home, Cutter. Has everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee habitation something or other. Around here, we just call it your hab. Now, how's about you get yourself some rest? We'll pick up your training in the morning. Sleep tight there, Cutter.
Wow, I even get my own room and everything. It's the corporation. The corporation is very generous. Very generous.
Good morning, Cutter. It's time to begin your workday.
All right, press spacebar to wake up. I have unread messages. Minimum payments are due by 10 a.m. each day. Failure to pay on time is considered a breach of contract. Well, considering the only money I make is from this job, and it's like the employer controls my debt and my salary, I mean, are there payments for me to make? Wouldn't these just all be automatic?
Rise and shine, Cutter. Hope you feel well rested. Ready to continue your training? Okay, let's have a look at your employee terminal. Now, let's get caught up on career progression and certification. I've sent you a message with an explanation. Go on and give it a read.
All right, certification.
Don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the process. Soon enough, I'm going to introduce you to some of the other shipbreakers. Most of them are willing to help you out, too. All right, let's start a new shift and pick your first ship to work on.
Let's see. The certification system is the proprietary career progression tool. Provides each employee with a fulfilling and promising future as part of the Lynx family. Certification ranks range from 1 as the entry all the way to 30, which is reserved for the most accomplished employee. Wow, I'm at number 2 out of 30 already. Look at the certification tab in the HAB terminal as a guide to gain access to more tools, upgrades, ships, hazard levels. Prove myself as a loyal and skilled employee, and I'll be rewarded with fresh new challenges in the work bay. See, structure mode. The mode is a core part of the Shipbreaker toolkit. Access the structural makeup of a ship. Demarcating hull panels, structural beams, important cut points. Employee Financial Relief Program. Everything important and good in this world comes with a price. Each privileged person who joins our family to become a shipbreaker comes with significant costs. Fortunately, Lynx shoulders the burden of these costs temporarily in order to let you hit the ground running and begin training stress-free. This cost sharing is handled through our innovative Employee Financial Relief Program. This program covers all essential onboarding costs and fees, including the cost of training and equipment borrowed from Lynx Salvage. Also included is the fees for the EverWork Asset Replacement Program, which enables safe, unlimited career progression and growth through the power of Lynx technology. In return, as your skills and expertise grow, all the value that you learn as a shipbreaker will automatically be deducted from the amount you owe to the Financial Relief Program. This ensures that the borrowed amount is paid off as quickly as possible so you can get on with building yourself a better future. Wow. Man, I can't believe how lucky I am to be a member of this family. They're taking the costs on to themselves to train me. I'm a burden to them because they have to train me and get me all ready, but they're taking on those costs and automatically deducting the amount I owe from my salary so I don't have to think about it. Man, can't believe how lucky I am. Let's see, salvage goals. Lynx is proud to introduce the all-new salvage goal system to our valued shipbreakers. With performance in mind, salvage goals should help shipbreakers in understanding the expected total value expected from a ship. Established by our finely tuned salvage assessment algorithms, salvage goals are an incentive that rewards overall progress, yielding additional rewards when reached. The goals provide many goodies to our valued shipbreakers, highly rewarding to those who reach all salvage goals without destroying salvage. Lynx encourage employees to aim for salvaging as much material, maximize value. Of course we want to maximize value for the company. Let's see. New ship, Mackerel Light Cargo and Station Hopper. It's the most common ship in the colonies. Light cargo, used for civilian cargo, can contain a wide variety of objects. Station Hopper, outfitted with ad terminals. Electrical safety is advised. Our ships are simply the best. Recent safety reports are wrong. Grenda Masterson, Junior Marketing Associate, Kleinco. Well, I mean, okay, if they say the safety reports are wrong, I'm not going to argue with them. Spares in you, safeguarding your career growth. Okay, I think that now, are we going to be talking about the whole, we don't have to worry about death thing? Let's talk about that. In 2291, when Lynx rolled out the life-changing EverWork Asset Replacement Program to their employees, we achieved what other companies have not, making work safer and allowing learning and growth without the risk of permanent death. With a noble profession such as shipbreaking, unplanned death is a natural part of the job, and our shipbreakers have bravely faced the often arduous challenges and risks of their important work. However, Lynx cares about the well-being and growth of our family. The introduction of Everwork spares to replace damaged or destroyed bodies allows us to fail safely, ensuring another day in the yard and another shot at improving our skills. For only a minimal fee, sophisticated monitoring systems in my suit will watch out for excessive bodily harm, triggering generation of a spare upon unfortunate workplace mishaps. An array of neural recorders in my helmet transfer my presence seamlessly to the new spare. There's a asterisk by seamlessly. This process is mostly bearable, and recent advancements have even removed grief-related downtime, effectively eliminating the need for recovery time between transfers. Getting access to our spares technology is simple. Our onboarding procedure includes the collection of my genetic data, safely stored in the secure servers. From the moment I joined them, I no longer needed to worry about expiring before my time. Death is a fresh start. The asterisk. Presence Transfer Protocol has a plus-minus 0.001% margin of error due to solar interference, signal strength, subject state of mind at the moment of transfer, and other factors. Over very long periods of time, this may result in an identity shift, a medically benign process with minimal impacts on the subject's working ability. Well, I mean, if the impacts are minimal, we're not going to learn anything more about identity shift? I guess not. But yes, so now we know what it is that we're doing with the whole spares thing. Live, laugh, salvage. Oh, there we go. I can... Yeah, let's stick with live, laugh, salvage. I like there's a poster that just says decor. That is something that actually would appeal to me. All right, let's start the shift.
This screen shows which ships you have access to. Each morning, you can choose to continue working on the ship you got or start a fresh one. Go ahead and claim one, and we'll get to work.
All right. Might as well just go with the first one they list. I'm not picky at the moment. Alright, gotta reach rank 3.
She's all yours, Cutter. Your primary goal is to reach rank 3. Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace. Try to salvage the entire ship if you can. We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way and start knocking out that debt of yours. I'll be observing and giving you any help if you need it. Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
All right, here's our scanner view. I guess probably maybe the thing to start is by cutting off this back part. The thruster cap and the panel those are both nanocarbon. It says I have a helmet light I can turn on and off, but I guess that's not really important at the matter. Like it's fully lit. Doesn't seem like there would be a reason to do that. Well, has to be cut before we can grapple. Or maybe we need the other mode. Putting my hand out, is that because I'm getting close to it? Now I can put my hand out by pressing Z. Put both hands out by pressing Z and X. I get maybe if I'm heading towards something, like I want to put my hands out to like cushion the impact or some such. Didn't mention that. Didn't mention what reason I would have to put hands out in that way. No, not that. Oh, shift makes us move down. C also makes us move down.
Ships look intimidating to scrap at first. Trust me, soon enough, you'll be stripping the huge Gecko-class freighters like nothing. Got my start, salvaging back down Earthside, in the droid scrapping biz. You know what made me come up here? One day, we got a batch of this particular model in. One of them kinds with synthetic skin and everything. We almost never saw people-looking ones like that. They're always too expensive to manufacture. Seems someone found a warehouse full of them, mothballed for, 20 years or so. Since the AI ban took effect, probably bought the whole lot for pennies, thinking they could turn a tidy profit with the salvage. No word of a lie. These things looked exactly like my stepbrother Jed. Even had the same slack-jawed expression. Now, Jed and I wasn't exactly pals or nothing, but all the same, I couldn't bring myself to start smashing that dopey face. And that's when I looked into getting on with Lynx. I tell you what, it's a sight better to cut up something that doesn't look like a family relation. Anyway, I'm running on. I'll clear the channel. Holler if there's anything giving you grief up there, Cutter. We were out.
He just couldn't bring himself to cut up the robots. I mean, it's a question we've asked before. Why make the robots look like people?
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Well, I don't know if there's a reason to cut it up on the inside. Maybe at some point there would be. With this ship, I don't know. Was about waiting for when he was talking about the getting a shipment of robots, but you don't see robots anymore because of the AI ban. Clearly, those robots came from Detroit. We don't like to talk too much about that incident. Above cut grade? Can't do that one. Still above cut grade. Well, that's level 1. Whoops. Well, maybe there is a reason to go inside after all. Maybe it's easy. Maybe there's softer materials on the interior. Well, titanium is certainly not softer. Cut point. Well, I mean, that looks... Yeah, that's certainly something that can be cut there. How considerate that these ships are made with pre-made cut points for when they have to be reclaimed with shipbreaking. Right, well, can we pull that out? That hole. Let's see. No. Well, I guess we could cut this into pieces. No, actually we can't, because that's titanium. So, gonna need to have a larger hole to pull this out. Well, I mean, I guess the starting point is just probably to cut as many yellow points as we find. Anything that's yellow get cut. I mean, I figure there's more to it than just find the yellow points and cut them. But we still are at the start, so maybe that's really all I'm supposed to be looking at right now. Ah. Okay, we did cut the bottom out of this. And the top, okay. Yes, we are making larger holes. Get in here. So many yellow points. More in here. It looks like it's going to make it in there. Unless it, like, bumps off the sides. Don't know if there's any kind of suction for when it gets close enough. Will it just keep... Will it go in there eventually, or is it just going to hang out?
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
This is not a cut point, despite being yellow. Okay.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Alright, well, this is large enough to get that out.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
It's like a thing floating here. Just like a little small object. Alright, so I should cut the glass out. It'll make it. Probably. It's not just going to lose all its momentum. There we go.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Didn't mean to shoot it off there, but okay.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage goal achieved.
Oh, I reached my salvage goal. Oh, okay, it's light enough to actually move the whole thing, but there is... Is the whole thing aluminum? Yeah, I think maybe that was the nanocarbon. Alright, well maybe I can just grab the whole thing then. No, it's not going. It's just hanging out there. I'll just give it a little nudge.
Deposit accepted.
Alright, so this other stuff probably needs to be cut. No, that one's floating.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage goal reached.
Salvage goal 2 reached.
Deposit accepted for processing. Valuable object accepted for processing. Salvage goal obtained.
Salvage goal number 3. I don't think that's moving. Did I miss a cut point? Oh yeah, I think I see one there. Yeah, it's coming off. It's coming off now. Actually, the whole thing's moving now.
valuable object. Credits awarded.
Is there a remaining cut point over here? I think there is. Yeah, okay, it's loose. It's loose now. I don't want that. Well, it's heading towards the furnace. I wanted to head there. Well, actually, I think I'm getting pulled into it now. I got reclaimed.
Your activity has dropped below nominal levels. Please return to work.
Reason for replacement? I was processed. The total value was $8.14. The processor is incompatible with organic materials. I'm in breach of contract terms by putting myself in there.
All right. Breathe. You okay? Got yourself good there. Don't sweat it. Happens to the best of us. Always good to review your spare replacement form. See how you can avoid future mishaps. Too many spares will rack up the debt, and that's how they get you. Okay, let's get back to work. Weaver out.
Yep, that's how they get you. By having you do an extremely dangerous job that will result in you dying many times and requiring many resurrections, which racks up the bill. Your tab is going to get too high if you need to be resurrected too many times. That's how they get you. I mean, it may be the far future. Things may be, pretty different than it is now. But one thing that remains consistent is they still get you. Now, it is interesting that on it said the hardest difficulty, you only had one life, which means, I guess, the hardest difficulty version of the game kind of just skips that entire aspect of it. It seems a little surprising.
Raw material accepted.
Come on. It doesn't really want to move. Yeah, creep over to the left. Creep on over. Come on. Right, and the rest of this, no, okay, there's something. The door should be put in the processor. Rest of this can be furnace, I guess, but we do want the door to head into the processor. Okay.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid. Processing object. Applying credits to account.
All right, well, this is pretty big. I don't know if we can just push the whole thing into the furnace. I pushed myself by doing that. Probably need to cut this up a bit before we can get it all in there. Is this loose, or is there anything still connecting it? Okay, no, it's loose. I think it's still a little bit connected.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Material accepted.
There's a little tiny bit flying around. Whoop. Doesn't seem like it's really registering it as anything.
Material deposited. Account credit applied. All salvage goals have been met. Rewards maximized.
My rewards have been maximized. All right. It looks like everything. Unless there's like a small bit still hovering around that I don't see. I guess we might as well head back. All right, we salvaged 95.2%, and that was $2,313,331. No, $2,313,331. Remaining was 3.6. There was $87,861 left on the table. My salvaging was not sharp enough. It was a little bit sloppy, as there was still more money to be made. But I have so many future genetic clones to be made that could pay off this debt. I'm rank 3.
Awarded. License upgraded.
Hatch kits will repair damage to your suit and seal leaks, but will not heal physical wounds. Why would my physical wounds need to be healed? I have clones. Well...
9346-52. Your designated sleep period is now over. Have a great day.
I got a new sticker! Oh, man, the corporation is so considerate to my emotional needs. I have like a little sticker version of myself. How delightful.
Looking good, Cutter. Now go ahead and pick another ship.
All right, and we go to bed, we wake up, a new day, a new ship, and who knows, if I get over 95% salvage next time, maybe I'll get another sticker. How delightful. Well, I think that's our tryout of Hardspace Shipbreaker. And we could see what it is. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game where you're moving with 6 degrees of freedom in space. You have a ship. You have to decide how you're going to cut this ship into pieces and get them into, well, either the recycling bit or the furnace. Got 2 bins. Figure out which bin they go into. And you want to cut with efficiency so you don't burn up money that you could be making. Money that would be going to paying the corporate debt. And you don't want to let the corporation down. So yes, a puzzle game with a story about, being a member of a workforce, working for a corporation. And my understanding is that there might be story developments as it goes on concerning maybe the laborers being a little unsatisfied with the situation they've got going on here. I don't know why they would be unsatisfied. It's such a secure job. Making so much money. And I know I'm technically not making any money because I'm paying off my just ungodly debt. Just absolutely pregnant with debt over here. But, it all evens out in a few hundred years, probably. So that's been our tryout of Hardspace Shipbreaker. I was enjoying it quite a bit. I mean, I guess the game I played this year that there would be more of a direct comparison to would be a Power Wash Simulator, which, you know, is a little bit of a more lighthearted experience, a more easygoing, lighthearted experience, as you're just, you know, very casually washing a dirty yard with your power washer. And that game's story is not quite the same. Oddly, it does end up having a story, though you wouldn't really think it as it begins. Pretty different story than this. Nothing can kill you in Power Wash Simulator. So, I mean, there are differences. This game much more leaning on the puzzle aspect, figuring out what is the best way to cut up the ships to make the most money so you can pay off your debt. And, you know, hopefully don't rack up more debt by dying and thus having to be cloned, because that costs money. Clones are money. I mean, we probably would have known that if we had read the terms of service back at the beginning. But who has time to read those, you know? No one's got time to read any of that. But I guess if we're wondering how this game is, really the main question, the main arbiter of video game quality, as we know, is AI-generated Rock. What does he think about... I was about to say, what does he think about Power Wash Simulator? That's not what we've been doing. We have been trying out Hardspace Shipbreaker, and I'm going to say what he would think about it. How about this? There you go. You have the Rock, and then on the right side is a clone of the Rock waiting to replace the Rock after the Rock dies because he falls into the furnace. And I guess maybe that's the reason why AI-generated Rock's face looks so weird, because maybe this is like the 200th clone, and, you know, the genetic information kind of degrades over time. So this is what your clone will end up looking like after many, many iterations of it. Also, Hardspace Shipbreaker is very much about, you know, you're a laborer working for the corporation, and you're out for yourself, and you just gotta do what you need to do to get by. Don't even think about joining a union or hoping for benefits. And, you know, The Rock, coming from pro wrestling, I'm sure would be able to identify with that. There's very much a every man for yourself attitude in the business of pro wrestling. Healthcare, what's that? Something you're paying for yourself is what that is. In the world of pro wrestling. But if you make it big and you sell a whole lot of t-shirts, you'll be able to pay for your health care, and The Rock can do that. So that's been our look at Hardspace Shipbreaker. I'm enjoying it. I didn't say much during this, but it's not really a commentary kind of game, I think. It's not really that kind of thing. But I was liking what we were doing. That has been our look at Hardspace Shipbreaker.